I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Summer, the entire cast of American Pie is back.
Come on, Ozzy. It's showtime.
Join Jim.
This is my summer of love.
Stifler.
Jim, can't you leave your shirt on? You're scaring the chicks away.
Jim's dad.
Keep it real, homies.
And the rest of the gang in the new movie that proves times change, people change, but friends and family are forever.
Where's my big guy?
Oh, no.
Hey!
Get out, Dad!
American Pie 2, rated R, at theaters Friday, August 10th.
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review, and this is for Cinema Fan 97, who he got one of the bigger tiers, so he'll be doing a couple reviews. Thank you so much for that. And if anyone ever wants to request pretty much any type of video or review or topic, whatever, feel free to either join me on my Patreon, or send in a request directly via my PayPal. Links are down below for both in the info box. If not, no worries, but if so, thank you. But he wanted my thoughts on American Pie 2. Now, I did a review of American Pie 1. That review is on the channel. And I didn't mind the film. I didn't love it, but I didn't mind it. And my feeling is kind of the same as this, although I would say I liked the first film more than this. I thought this one seemed a little bit more forgettable. Also, this has a lot more Stifler, Seann William Scott's character, and honestly, I'm not much a fan of that character. I like Seann William Scott, but his Stifler character just to me was more irritating than funny. That's just me though. But one of the reasons I liked the first film is I liked most of the characters. And the same thing goes with here. I liked Jason Biggs' character, Chris Klein. He's actually not bad in these movies. At least the ones I've seen so far. I forgot the guy's name. He was in Rookie of the Year. Like the four main guys who are the friends, and they were in the first movie. They come back for this. I liked their chemistry together. I thought they worked well together. Eugene Levy comes back as Jason Biggs' dad. Just like I said in that review, Eugene Levy's like the dad we kind of all want. Because, yeah, he might embarrass you a little bit inadvertently, but he means well and has 100% support for his son and takes things pretty damn good considering the weird circumstances. Like in this one where Jason Biggs, he accidentally confuses lube for glue and gets his hand stuck on his dick and the other stuck on a videotape, and then he has to go into the emergency room. And Eugene Levy tries to I don't want to say liven things up, but he does stick up for his son. Granted, he goes a little bit too far, where they're in the waiting room and this other woman's talking shit to Jason Biggs, and Eugene Levy's defending his son, but then he goes a bit far and tells everyone what happened, so it embarrasses him further. But Eugene Levy, his character that means well. And he has a couple sweet scenes with his son. He has some sweet words where there's one scene where he goes, well, they might call you this and that, but you know what? You're still, and he says his full name, you're still my son, and still love you. And he did a lot better than I did, but Eugene Levy, good actor. You do have people coming back like Shannon Elizabeth, who was the Russian girl. She comes back in this. Allison Hannigan, I believe. She played Willow on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. She comes back as the band girl who slept with Jason Biggs at the end. And I would say that's one of the better parts of this movie, is that gets developed a bit more. I would say that's one of the strongest elements of this movie. I mean, the actual plot is pretty much Seann William Scott's character has a party, and the cops come and stop it, so they need another place. So they move to this lake house, this beach house, and it's the four of them and Seann William Scott's character Stifler. It must have been one of those things where audiences for the first movie went, oh, we love Stifler, we love that guy. So they give him a lot more to do. And there's a point where John Cho, who will later be in Harold and Kumar, which honestly I like those films more than these films. So I would say I like the 3 Harold and Kumar films more than the first 2 American Pie films so far, but I don't hate these movies. I don't find them as hilarious as I guess other people do. Like John Cho, he needs to piss, so he pisses off the second floor, and it gets onto Sean's head. And Seann William Scott thinks it's champagne because the girl was going to pour some on him, but he realizes too late that it's piss. The very first scene is Jason Biggs trying to have sex with this lady before he leaves college for the break. And Eugene Levy steps in, and the mom steps in, and then the one girl's parents step in. In fact, the one girl's dad is Larry Drake, Dr. Diggles himself, Durant, Durant from Darkman, and he's in it for one fucking scene. I'm like, wow, that's a waste of Larry Drake. Good actor. Again, Dr. Diggles, Darkman. He was the big villain in Darkman. Not the major one, but to me the more important villain in Darkman. And Larry Drake's a good actor, and he's given like a 1 in this. And that's the thing, is like after that I'm struggling to remember, because it's mainly them hanging out on this beach house with a couple little misadventures. Chris Klein, who I've said is the poor man's Keanu Reeves, I still think that, but he's not bad in these movies. He's doing what he has to. And the girl that he met in the first movie, she's somewhere far away, and they try to do phone sex, but anytime they do, something happens. Either Seann William Scott gets on the phone and beats a douchebag, or they're trying to do it and the girl's friends come by so she can't. It's just really nothing comes of that, so to speak. One scene is Seann William Scott keeps seeing these 2 women who they're supposed to be painting the house and such for extra income. He keeps saying they're lesbians. He goes in their room. So Jason Biggs and I think Eddie K. Thomas, I believe, is the other one. He's not the one from Rookie of the Year. He's the one that had sex with Stifler's mom in the first movie. The 3 of them go in, and pretty much the 2 women play along. Oh, they think we're lesbians, huh? So they make the 3 guys do what they do. Fuck with them. I'm trying to think of other pieces of the plot. The Russian girl, Shannon Elizabeth's going to come by the visit. So Jason Biggs is nervous. So he goes to the one woman he did go all the way with. And again, some of the jokes just, I don't know, just didn't make me laugh. Like, Allison shoves a trumpet up his ass. She even goes, I just shoved a trumpet up your ass. Yes, you did. I did see it. Maybe I'm too old for this shit. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just too old for this shit. I don't know. The third ad, Allison Hannigan's helping Jason Biggs with Shannon Elizabeth, going, hey, pretend you're going out with me. Because after the doctors look at him and he's got to get the glue hand off the dick. Of course, it's a bit raw, so he can't do anything right away. So, hey, while you heal up, you pretend to be my boyfriend, and then I'll dump you, and I'll give you points to her, and then I'll help you out. And so Allison and Jason Biggs are hanging out, and a little montage. And again, I thought Allison and Jason Biggs, they work well together. Aside from stupid trumpet up ass jokes. Or the bit where Jason Biggs has to pretend to be, I guess, a mentally handicapped person at band camp because he's thrust in and they think he's another person, so he's playing the trombone or where the fuck trumpet shitty. I'm sitting there and watching him going, I'm not offended. It's just, maybe I'm just getting too old for this shit, for this humor. I don't know. I just didn't think it, just didn't laugh. I don't know how to put it. So, I mean, this isn't a rant, just like my review of the first film wasn't a rant. It's just, maybe I'm just too old for these movies. I didn't grow with these films. I did not see them back in the day when they came out. I had not seen any of them, bits and pieces, but I had never seen an American Pie film all the way through. And there's just other comedies I enjoy more, whether it be action comedies like Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, or straight up comedies like The Golden Child, The Big Lebowski, Napoleon Dynamite, Adventures of Ford Fairlane, See No Evil, Hear No Evil with Richard Pryor, or Bustin' Loose, or Young Frankenstein, or Blazing Saddles, which had some, you know, gross moments, but there's a lot of moments that made me laugh. I can't really say anything really made me laugh. It was more, I'm watching, I don't mind some of the songs because they're songs I remember back in the day. Everything you need. I'm not going to try to sing anymore. And just enjoying most of the actors' performances. I did show him Scott Stifler. His shtick got tired for me. He's a dick. I get it. He's a dick. I think he's overrated. I think people overrate that character. I think Sean William Scott has done better work. I'm trying to sit here and think like, what's his best work? It's hard to say his best work. I mean, he's an actor I don't mind, but I didn't mind him in Final Destination. I mean, this is better than Bulletproof Monk with Sean William Scott. That's weird. I can't think of movies. The Rundown. Of course, The Rundown. I thought he worked well with The Rock in The Rundown. I knew how I was missing. Yeah, The Rundown with The Rock. Sean William Scott was good in that. I liked his character in that more than this character. Although I guess technically you're not supposed to like the character. I don't know. It's hard to review comedies because comedy is subjective. And then it's hard to review films like this because it's either gross out dads, which those are not really the dads I go towards for my humor. So really what I'm enjoying is the performances of this cast and some of their chemistry with each other. And even once in a while, Sean William Scott, I can deal with this character when it's with some of the chemistry of the others. Like between him and Eddie K. Thomas, the guy who fucked his mom in the last one. like, so I do think that the cast does have chemistry, and that can help Seann William Scott's role. I'm just saying, strictly as a character by himself, I'm not really a fan of, but maybe people like him because of his interactions with the others, and I can understand that a bit more. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of this franchise so far, but I don't hate it. Like, I reviewed the first film, I reviewed this film. They're not rants. The first one I probably enjoyed a bit more because, I don't know, the location here at the beach house just seemed a bit boring of a location. It just seemed kind of almost edging on a forgettable time waster. I mean, other than Seann William Scott gets his face pissed on, trying to do phone sex but fails, thinking these two are lesbians, so they make the three guys do what they want. Jason Biggs gets his hand glued to his dick. Jason Biggs chooses Allison because he's fallen in love with her and vice versa. Which again, that build up of those two characters to becoming an item, I thought was one of the better parts of the movie. Eugene Levy being a very sweet dad once again, like he was in the first film. Like, that's the stuff that works for me. So, in a weird way, these are comedies, but the comedy is kind of my least favorite part of the movie, now that I think about it. That's weird. Like, I guess that's really what it comes down to it. For me, when I'm watching this film and the first film, the comedy is the worst part. It's really the characters and some of the stuff they talk about that works the best for me. And some of the superficial stuff like the music, some of the songs they use. I do think the soundtrack in the first one was a bit more stand out compared to this. So I would say I like the soundtrack to the first film more. This one I thought was a step down, a little bit more forgettable, but I've seen worse. I saw Bucky Larson and reviewed that. I just reviewed fucking Jury Duty. And this is better than Jury Duty. So, take that for what you will. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.